Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Secrets. I'm your host, Mohammed Siddique from Atlanta, Georgia, and the co author of New Success Secrets available on Amazon. On this episode, we have a special guest, Curt Beer. Curt is the founder of LoCo Think Tank and the host of LoCo Experience podcast. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, Curt Beer. Curt, welcome.
Thank you, Mohammed.
Curt, let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to start a LoCo Think Tank?
I was trying to start a restaurant, and I had been a banker for 15 years, and I knew that peer advisory was useful, but I couldn't afford the other types of peer advisory that I saw. So I created a group for myself with my favorite business customers and clients to help me try to transition from banker to restaurateur ultimately.
You still run the restaurant?
No, I never got a restaurant. I didn't get a lease. There was a big redevelopment project I couldn't pull the capital together for, and I got a food trailer established. And it was actually my think tank branch that said, chapter that eventually said, after processing through our system, Bear, you need to shut this food trailer down and work on LoCo Think Tank and go get a job that's flexible enough to let you work on LoCo, because it's a much better business and you care much more about it than the food business that you were trying to start in the first place.
Wonderful. Can you share us more detail what the LoCo Think Tank is, what it does, and how much impact has been generated so far?
Sure. So it's local community. That's what LoCo stands for. So local community think tank. And so it's like every community has its own really smart business operators. And what we attempt to do is build chapters of up to 12 members around a community-centric and give-back focused business veteran. And that business veteran acts as a facilitator. They're not the answer provider or the teacher, but they use our system and our toolkit to provide a great chapter experience that we call kind of 2 parts board meeting and 1 part support group. So it provides perspective and encouragement and accountability to what sometimes is a lonely role of, especially when we started, we served 5 to 25 employee companies that had grown quite a bit and figured out a lot, but they still had a lot to learn from each other.
This is good. This is great work. You're really supporting the local community to kind of bond together and grow together,
Thank you.
Yeah, great work. So, Curt, based on your experience dealing with many business owners in multiple chapters, what are the top 3 mistakes to avoid in a business?
Not charging enough is my number 1. That's my most common advice I've given to both my bank clients in the past and other business owners, is you have to charge enough so that you can make profit, so that you can reinvest and build and grow. Probably not empowering people enough. There's a genius with 100 helpers sometimes, and what you really need is a team of smart people to do the things that they do best. And then third thing, not enough capital. You need capital. Almost no businesses that I've ever financed or been around got started just out of thin air. And even if that's just friends and family that would invest a little bit, or yourself, you sold a house from out of state or whatever, or you're retiring from a company with some money, you need some money to get something that's going to create a machine that can at least provide enough value to make a sustainable living off of it. Otherwise, it's tough.
Yeah, this is very great wisdom. So, based on you have been a banker and now you're an entrepreneur running this LoCo Think Tank,
Yeah.
do you mind sharing your greatest failure story? What did you learn from it and how did you recover from it?
Greatest failure story. Probably in 2018, I decided we should have another chapter in Cheyenne, Wyoming, which is about 50 miles away. And I went to a Chamber of Commerce event. I joined the chamber. I went to another 20 Chamber of Commerce events, but I didn't have a foundation stone to build off of up there. I was looking for that business veteran, that facilitator, and I interviewed a few people, and some of it wasn't the right time and place. And that really, it taught me that, like, until I had a nucleus to build around, even though I was connecting with people and building relationships and they wanted what we had, but until I could make it real with that facilitator, that person that would be there for them, I really didn't have a chance to scale. And so from there, we really started actually focusing on finding the business veteran first and then building a chapter around them.
So that's the lesson. So now wherever you're going to open a new chapter, you're going to get that facilitator first.
That's right. Yep.
That's a great lesson. I appreciate sharing all this. Let's reach the side. Get on your success side. What are the top 3 success secrets to grow a business?
First one, it starts with a team. I think is knowing what you need to do. So there's the first 2 things: strategy and a team. You want to know what you need to do and where you're trying to go, what you're trying to accomplish, and then who is it? What skills do I need? And what are their, not just their skills, but especially their personality characteristics? How, do they really believe in the vision? With LoCo, it's a pretty interesting business. And so when we have a job posting, we get a lot of people that are like, I love what you're doing. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
But then we have to select for the skills as well. Is that the skills that we need to add to the team? And so strategy, team, and third one, successes. It's just got to be with the numbers. You got to push a pencil to it. Make sure that you've got the resources to get there. One thing I've observed is that a lot of people try to out-earn their expenses, both on families and in businesses. But really, you've got to underspend your revenues, and so that you can not be losing money as you're trying to make a business grow. There's other cases where you've got to raise some capital and things like that. But in the meantime, like, not overspending yourself or overstraining yourself to oblivion and running it unsustainably. You got to stay within your means, even if that means, for me, I did it part-time until LoCo Think Tank. It was 4 years part-time, and we're 3 years full-time now. Mm-hmm. And so LoCo couldn't support my family. It couldn't support my income needs alone until it grew big enough to be able to do these other things. So staying within means.
Yeah, congrats on your achievement.
Yeah, it's something. It's not as big as we imagine it to be, in the future, but we're building something.
Yeah, in '97 we started one venture with the $694. Then we sold with some good change, in 12 years later. So that everything starts small. However, you did the right thing.
So. Yeah, I was pretty much broke by the time LoCo Think Tank really got started from the food trailer business.
We have been there, so, great. How the Growth Hacking Secrets community, people who are watching this now, can support you?
Let's see. Well, one good way would be to listen to our podcast, because we're just in northern Colorado right now. We're trying to grow into Longmont and Denver later this year, and that'll be the start of our geographic expansion of sorts. And so we retrenched and got stronger here locally, but we do think our model needs to be everywhere that there are give-back-minded facilitators. But in the meantime, we started a podcast that's called the LoCo Experience Podcast. Yeah. And we do business journeys with business leaders and community leaders and whatever. And we just try to unpack and unfold the journey, the person, where did they come from? And what were those key decision points and tough decisions and key strategic changes that helped really empower their business flow? And so we hope by telling those stories, we'll help people learn even about their own business, or it's relatable, and just empower them to take that chance to pursue the American dream and build their own thing. We want to create more business owners in America, because we think that it's like the best lifestyle that you can have.
Entrepreneurship is a solution to all the challenges we face now and also in the future. I really appreciate it. Your website is locothinktank.com.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. So folks, LoCoThinktank.com, locothinktank.com. Go visit the site. It's a great site. You are a business owner, experience. You can grow your business how you imagined, because you will not be alone. You will be a part of a local team in your area where you'll be meeting once a month, that looks like,
That's right. We say it's like 2 parts board meeting, 1 part support group for business owners. And on the podcast, on your Spotify, on your
And looks like Kurt, I can't hear you anymore. Okay, with that, locothinktank.com. Thank you so much, Kurt, for sharing your wisdom with us today on the behalf of Growth Hacking Secrets community and our entire team. We really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. Until the next episode, all good wishes.